he works at night, I work during the day. And for us to get together and cooperate on what the subject or what we were going to do, it didn't happen. So he went his way, and I prayed and begged the Lord to give me what to say. So I thank Pastor for this opportunity, and I thank y'all for doing and letting me practice on you once again. In the book of Romans, the 12th chapter, first verse, and it reads, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the grace of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And then flip over to 2 Timothy 2. Let's start at the 16th verse. Just a little bit of reading. I'm going to try to be out your way soon. But shun profane and vain babbling, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. And their word will eat as doeth a canker, of whom Hymenaeus and Philetus, who concerning the truth have erred, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faith of some. Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure, having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his. And let every one that nameth the name of Christ depart from iniquity. But in every great house, there are not only vessels of gold, of silver, but also of wood, and of earth, and of some to honor, and of some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he should be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto a very good work. For a topic, I guess I will use a vessel unto honor, touched by the master. I had this all set up. I was going to bring some cups, some bowls, some stuff, and just line it up across the thing there. And then I probably wouldn't have been able to get out the house with it because my wife would ask me where I'm going. So I left her stuff at home. A vessel is one that contains, holds, or carries something. We have many types of vessels. There are hovercrafts, speedboats, yachts, big ships, and even submarines. Vessels that move on water, in water, through water, and thousands of feet underwater.
All right.
You have balloons, hot air machines, airplanes, gliders. These are vessels that move by air, through the air, with the air, from the air. Then you have concave vessels, hollowed out vessels, vessels such as, this is where my cups and bowls is going to come in. You have cups, bowls, glasses, pitchers, bottles, vases, pots and pans. Containers that hold water, cook our food, display our pretty flowers.
Yes.
These are all the different types of vessels.
All right.
Last but not least, you have the human body that within itself contains vessels. You have blood vessels that carry blood to different extremities of the body. You have the heart that filters and pumps the blood throughout the blood vessels. You have lungs that hold air that we breathe. Right. You have our kidney, liver, and bowels that takes in and filters out the different food that we drink. And then let it go. Not to be too graphic. Just let it go. Our bodies also have a place reserved for the Spirit of God.
All right. Yes, sir.
If you so choose to let him in.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right.
But what is it that makes a vessel honorable or valuable? You can take a gold cup. The value in the cup is that it's gold. You can take a glass with diamonds all around it. The value of the glass is that it's got diamonds all around it. You can take your other cup that has no diamonds, that has no rubies. It's just a cup. It's a vessel just to be used.
That's right.
Is it valuable? Not per se. It's just a cup. I have a drinking cup that I drink my coffee out of. I choose that cup every morning. It's a regular cup. But what makes it valuable? Before I go there, let's go to honor. Okay? Honor is to hold in high esteem, to respect, to have a good name or reputation, to be well spoken of, a person of good standing. Honor is an evidence of a symbol of integrity and distinction set apart. I have different cups, like I said. I even have, I have a couple of rings. But what makes it valuable? If you ever seen the movie Air Force One, who's that? Harrison Ford? And the plot was to blow up the plane, right? So in order for them not to kill the president in mid-air, if they landed, the plane was going to blow up. So they had to get the people off the air onto another airplane. And the only way they could do it is do it through the air. Right? So they rigged it up and they transferred the people from Air Force One to a big airplane carrier. Now this airplane was just a big airplane carrier. I couldn't tell you the name, what they call it, big air, B something. It's a big plane, big cargo plane. They transferred everyone into that plane. But when they got down to the president, and the transfer was completed, then that Air Force carrier became Air Force One. Why? Because the president was now on that plane. What made that plane a plane of honor? What made that plane so important? The president was now on that plane.
Yes. All right.
You had the thing what my son was saying about Lynn. He was a nobody.
Yes. Yes. Come on here.
went through college, went undrafted, played on different teams, but somebody saw something in him and drafted him and gave him a chance. What made him special? Because somebody chose him. If we are to be the children of God, there are certain qualities and things that we have to go to become children of God. You just don't become a child of God just because you think you feel like. First of all, it says no man coming to God except the Spirit draws him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes.
John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. You know that. Romans 9:10 says that if thou shalt confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus Christ and shalt believe in your heart that God has raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. That's your part. That's our part. You've already been chosen to be a vessel of honor. It's already been predicated upon your life, your children's life, your grandchildren's life. It's a heritage that's already been left. All you have to do is accept it. Jesus died for all of us. And because he chose us, that makes us vessels of honor. That makes us valuable in the sight of God. Now to somebody else on the street, you just nobody. But to God, you are his child. If pastor didn't know me and I snatched up Mike, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be some trouble, right? You're going to get snatched. You mess with God's children, you messing up. So ill. And they say, you do well to tie a millstone around your neck and be... Talk to me. I'll get you. David was chosen of God. Even while he was tending his father's sheep. Even when David was chosen, he wasn't even in the room. But the prophet said, do you have another son? Oh yeah, I got this little scraggly boy, but he's tending the sheep. Well, bring him on. And when he brought him on, he said, this is the one. And he anointed him. God chose Moses. Moses couldn't talk. Moses didn't even know who he was. But God chose him to deliver his people out of the bondage of Egypt. Through the many works, the miracles that God worked through him. God chose Joshua to succeed Moses. What did they all have in common? They were willing. They were available. In your home you have many different pans and pots and whatnot. But what are the ones that you reach for? The ones that are ready. The ones that are available. The ones that are clean. It said, present your bodies a living sacrifice. Holy, acceptable. Which is your reasonable mind.